What is going on, guys? So today's going to be a little bit of a different type of video today. We're going to be going over my full Looksmaxing and bodybuilding guide, because who wants to just be jacked? We also want to be handsome and pull out his Stacy's. But without further ado, let's crack open the ghost. Let's get straight into this guide. Now, before we even start this video, I want to address that I'm not going to be promoting any PEDs, any peptides, or anything like that, because first of all, I am 16 years old, and I do not recommend taking peptides or steroids or anything to anyone, because first of all, that's just going to fuck up your health. That is not good for your mental, and just like in general, bro, I'm not going to be promoting that because I'm not the one that makes that decision for you guys, and I'm not a doctor, so that's going to be up to you guys. And yeah, this flavor is so fucking good, bro. Now, the first thing I want to talk about in this guide is the #1 key to ascension, okay? So if you're starting out fat, if you're starting out skinny, the first thing you should do is get into the gym, okay? Before worrying about anything else, before worrying about supplements, creatine. I'm not saying any of that stuff is bad because I take all this stuff, but you don't want to be worrying about creatine, protein powder, all this shit. You want to lock in on a whole foods diet consisting of just clean whole foods, as we all know of. Like, for example, protein, chicken, steak, beef, eggs, fish, all the things in that nature, okay? Now, what about carbs? Sourdough bread, normal bread, I would say whole wheat bread, rice, sweet potatoes, normal potatoes, and me personally, that's all I eat for carbs. Fats, again, eggs, avocado, fucking butter, shit in that nature, okay? You just want to be on a whole foods diet at the end of the day, because that's going to produce you the most results. It's going to keep you looking good, clean, sharp. It's going to digest well in your stomach. Like, you could just like care about macros like clav, but that shit's not going to digest good. It's not going to give you any health benefits if you're eating the fucking McDonald's to hit your macros. Like, that's just not what you should be doing. You should be focusing on a whole foods diet, nutritious. Oh, and another one, milk is great. If you can get access to raw milk, that is even better. I have this like thing, it's called like Farm Connection or some shit. And basically, if you guys have something like this, I would really recommend it. Basically, how it works is this company goes through a farm, right? And I just buy my shit on the website, and then the farmers come to the company, and then they give it to the fucking company. That's where I buy it from, and I just pick it up, and it's fucking raw milk. And I'm not going to tell you guys that you need to be drinking raw milk, because you can just also get like a grass-fed, low heat pasteurized milk, and you're still going to get all the same benefits from raw milk. But me personally, I like raw milk because it digests well for me. I think it tastes better. And there's just so many benefits to raw milk, because whenever it pasteurizes, as you guys may know, a lot of the nutrients get taken out. So now, what I was saying earlier is the biggest ascension is going to be losing weight if you're overweight. If you're 20% body fat, you need to get your ass in the gym, do cardio. I would recommend doing at least 30 minutes of Stairmaster or workout 5 to 6 times a week, because that's going to help you fucking burn fat. Low intensity cardio, as we know, is going to burn fat. You don't want to be running. You don't want to be doing all these fucking sports and shit. Unless you do sports, then keep fucking doing it. But if you're just like a gym bro, you need to get your ass on the either incline treadmill or the fucking Stairmaster and get your steps in every single day. 10K steps minimum if you're like 20% body fat or higher. I would say the golden ratio is 8 to 15% range. That's where you need to be in order to maximize your looks, maximize aesthetics, have abs, good jawline, look great. That's why whenever I bulk, I don't go above like 15, 16%, because I'm just not going to look good at that ratio. And at that point, I'm just going to be pretty much putting on more fat than muscle. And in return, that's not going to be worth it, right? It's also going to make my cut harder. So you don't really want to bulk hard. A lot of people tell me, like, at the end of my bulks, they're like, how are you still so lean? Like, right now, I'm very lean, not like peeled to the bone or anything. I'm not diced, but I'm still very lean. And everyone's like, bro, didn't you just start the bulk? But in reality, I'm literally like 6 to 8 pounds heavier and pretty much straight muscle. And then once I cut, it's going to be a very visible difference from before I started my bulk. So that's pretty much how you should look at it. And the same thing goes for like if you're skinny. I started out skinny, and the biggest ascension for me was fucking gaining weight, cunt. Like, if you have a very fast metabolism, I'm not going to tell you guys that you need to be spamming cardio and all this shit, but you still should be doing cardio throughout your bulk. Like, I am very lean, and I do cardio throughout my whole entire bulk, because that's going to keep me lean. That's going to keep my metabolism firing. That's going to keep my insulin sensitive. And yeah, you still need cardio during your bulk. Just because you're trying to gain weight doesn't mean you don't need to do cardio. Like, it's also good for your fucking health, cunt. Like, you need to be doing cardio during your bulk. Now, if you're a very lean person, you have a very hard time gaining weight, maybe you don't need as much, but I would still recommend that you guys kind of experiment out with cardio, even if you're very skinny. Like, whenever I was very skinny, I was still playing basketball, so that's hella cardio, like, and I was staying lean as I was gaining weight. But once I stopped fucking playing and I dirty bulked, like, super hard, like, once the season ended and I started dirty bulking, that's when I got fat as fuck. And yeah, I got hella gains, but I was fucking fat ass chud, so that's not what I would recommend. I would recommend you take your bulks slow in a very small surplus. And we're going to talk about that after this. We're going to talk about your surplus if you need to bulk and your deficit if you need to cut right after this. All right, so first of all, if you're like 20% body fat or higher, you need to be going to a deficit, or you need to be at maintenance calories and doing more cardio and burning more calories that you're intaking, okay? So say your maintenance is 2,800 calories and you're like 20% fucking body fat. Start out by just literally doing 30 minutes of Stairmaster 5 to 6 times a week in the gym, level 8, okay? That's my biggest recommendation to you. You're gonna start burning more fat, more calories. You're gonna see a visible difference very soon, okay? And if you just don't wanna stay at maintenance though, start out in a 200 calorie deficit cut. You do not wanna take it too aggressive or anything. I would say max 500. Start out with a 2 to 500 calorie deficit and start your cardio at 30 minutes, 5 to 6 times per week, and just ride that until you stop losing weight, okay? You're probably gonna be losing body fat for like at least 1 to 2 weeks visibly. And then once it starts slowing down, just literally either increase cardio. You have two options. Increase cardio, which is what I recommend because that's how you're gonna hold on to more muscle. You're gonna stay stronger. The number one thing while you're cutting is maintaining your strength, because if you're not maintaining your strength, you're not maintaining your muscle, okay? And a lot of people say that you cannot gain and keep muscle during a cut, which is just complete utter bullshit, okay? The people that say that aren't tracking their calories, they're not hitting their protein, they're not doing all the steps that are necessary in order to keep or gain muscle during the cut. Like, even whenever I was on bodybuilding prep, bro, which is absolutely brutal, like, if you guys are not doing a bodybuilding prep and you're just doing a normal ass cut, then it's so easy to keep muscle and gain muscle. Because, bro, when I was on fucking prep, I was still fucking putting on muscle and putting on strength. You know how I know I was getting muscle? Because I was visibly looking bigger in the mirror. And yes, that happens once you lose body fat. You actually look bigger, which is a big misconception that a lot of people do not realize. They think you're going to get a lot smaller because you're losing body fat, but in reality, you look bigger. But besides that, I was also getting stronger during the early stages of prep, which means I was still gaining muscle. You don't get stronger without gaining muscle because your muscle adapts to the weight and the stimulus that you're putting on your muscle, and it's going to get bigger because it's getting stronger. Back to what I was saying, if you are in that 20% body fat range, once you're at like a 400 calorie deficit, just literally just increase your cardio, because you don't want to get into a huge deficit too early. Go from 30 minutes 5 to 6 times a week to like, say like 40, 45, 5 to 6 times a week. And then once you're at like 45, maybe decrease the calories a little bit more, about like 1 to 200, and just keep fucking continuing that process until maybe like you're in like a 800 to 900, maybe even 1,000 calorie deficit. This is if you're trying to get fucking shredded though. If you just want to get to like a healthy body fat percentage, you really don't have to take it this far. But if you want to be aesthetic as fuck, get all the Stacy's, then you need to be doing this, okay? So once you have been riding that for a while and you're at like 60 minutes of cardio a day, maybe even more. Like whenever I was on prep, I was doing 75 minutes a day on the fucking Stairmaster kind. Like that shit was brutal. But once you're at this point and you're at like, so your maintenance was 2,800 at the start of the cut and you're around 2,000 calories maybe. And like I said, like if you're not getting like to a shredded ass body fat, like you're not going to be this low, but I'm just saying. So you're at like 2,000 calories, right? 60 minutes of cardio, you're getting fucking peeled. And once you get to the body fat that you were happy with, just jump back to maintenance and slowly decrease the cardio until you're back at like 30 to 45 minutes a day, because that's how you're going to maintain the new body fat that you're happy with. And you're going to stay there for a while. It's going to be super easy. Like I tell everyone, once you get lean, once you get shredded, it's easy to maintain that shit because you're already there. You've already built all the discipline and all the mental hacks and tricks that you need to get shredded. So once you're already there, it's very easy. The hard part is actually getting there. And that goes for anything in life. All right, but now for the cunts that need to gain weight, which was me, and it still is me because I still want to get heavier, bro. I still want to get bigger, but I'm at a pretty good point right now. But enough about me. This is about you guys. So for the cunts that are very skinny and want to gain weight, like how I was whenever I started working out, I was about 108 pounds, I remember. I still remember the first time I ever worked out, man. That shit was absolutely amazing. But enough about me, bro. This is about you guys. So starting out, if you're a very hard gainer, very fast metabolism, honestly, and you're like 108 pounds, this is not the average guy, okay? If you are this fucking light, then maybe I would recommend doing a little bit of dirty bulk, okay? You could get away with more free meals, more cheat meals, all that shit, but you still need to be following mostly a whole foods diet, maybe like 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time, you're locked in, you're clean. 20% of the time, let's say on the weekends, maybe Friday night, just get a cheat meal or something. But this only goes for like the hard ass gainers, okay? That really need to gain weight. You're like 110 pounds. Like, I'm not going to tell you to lean bulk all the way to like 160 because that shit's going to take so fucking long, bro. Now, for the cunts that start at like 150, like 145, like you're already in such a good range to where once you're like 160, like 165, bro, you're going to look fucking jacked. So you can take the bulk a little bit more slow. So keep your cardio in. 30 minutes, same as the cunts that are trying to lose weight. Keep your cardio in, but obviously you're not going to increase your cardio. You're just going to keep it the same the whole entire bulk because you want to keep your metabolism running, your insulin sensitive, all this shit, because you're going to be intaking more calories, okay? Now, you're only going to start your bulk in like a 200 calorie surplus. Say your maintenance calories is 2,400. You're going to start the bulk at 2,600 with 30 minutes of cardio 5 to 6 times per week, okay? And you're going to slowly see progression. If you're getting stronger and you're staying the same body fat, that's a great sign. A lot of you guys get caught up in the scale, the number going up week by week. That is not what bulking is about, okay? Bulking is about putting on quality muscle and not fat and not weight. You don't want to put on weight. You want to put on muscle, okay? And in return, the muscle that you're putting on is going to be weight. But the scale's not going to be shooting up like fucking 5 to 10 pounds per week, bro, or like a month. Like, you want to be aiming to gain 0.25 to 0.5 pounds per week, which results in around, I don't really know the math, maybe 2 to 3 pounds per month, which even that is kind of pushing it. I would say at a good rate per month, honestly, to maximize gains. I mean, once you do start out, you're going to get newbie gains, so it is going to be a lot faster than what I'm talking about. But yeah, still 0.25 to 0.5 pounds per week for most people. But if you have newbie gains, it is going to speed up the process a little bit. But this also goes for the cunts that are like 20% body fat. While you are training, you're going to be running high intensity program, high frequency. If you guys want my split, it is upper, lower, upper, rest, upper, lower, rest. That is, in my opinion, the most optimal split. I know it's true that there's no most optimal split, but for me, it works very well. And I would recommend it for you guys if you want to try it out. It's very fun. And you could go to my videos and see the specific exercises I do for everything. But if you guys want another video on my just full fucking split with like everything in detail, I can do that too. But you're going to want to be training the 5 to 8 rep range, okay? Sometimes I even go 4 to 8. You want to be building strength over time, even if you're cutting, even if you're bulking, you're maintaining, main gaining, whatever it is. You want to be building strength, okay? So, but we were talking about the skinny cunts right now. So you're going to want to be getting stronger week by week, slowly putting on muscle, focusing on every body part, okay? Because that's what aesthetics is. You got to have a well-balanced physique. But the ones you really want to emphasize is shoulders, chest, of course arms, but back. Those are like the most aesthetic muscle groups. Do not skip your fucking rear delts, okay? Because a lot of guys do that. I used to do that, and now they're kind of lacking. So I regret that. And also, I low-key regret not doing shoulders as much whenever I first started because I only wanted to do fucking curls and like push downs and shit and skull crushers. But you guys want to have big ass shoulders. You want your shoulders to be bigger than your arms. And that's what I'm working on doing right now because right now my arms are fucking huge and my shoulders need to catch up. But besides that, for the skinny cunts, you need to be gaining that amount of weight per week, which is 0.25 to 0.5 pounds per week. And once that slows down, literally just add 100 calories to that. That's all you need. Like maybe 200 at max if you're not gaining like any weight. But say your maintenance is at like 2,400 at the start, then 2,600 for like a few weeks, and you stop gaining weight. In my opinion, you should just go to like 27 or 27,500 because you still want the bulk to be very slow. And the longer that you can progress, the better it's going to be. You don't want to speed run the bulk because at first, like, you're not going to be putting on body fat like too fast, and you're going to be like, oh, like this is working. I'm going to keep pushing it, which is what I did. And then you're just going to end up as like a 200-pound fat ass chud. So that is not worth it. So slow progression is king for anyone. Okay, even for the cut, bro, you don't want it to be like a fast ass cut unless like you're doing an aggressive mini cut for like a vacation or something. But just like a normal ass cut, you don't want it to be like too fast. So I want you guys to know that building an aesthetic physique, a good ass like peak fucking natty physique, is going to take years. Okay, if you're not using PEDs, you're not using any SARMs or anything like that. No, pro hormones, performance enhancing supplements or drugs, you're not gonna fucking get there in a week, okay? Building muscle is a marathon, it's not a race. I say this all the time. Everyone's like, how can I get jacked in like 2 months, 3 months for the summer? Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro, it's a fucking process, okay? I've been training for 3.5, almost 4 years, and I'm still not at where I wanna be yet. You guys may think I look good for my age. I'm 16 years old, pretty big, pretty jacked, but I still wanna get so much bigger. Like, that's just me, but for most people, they may not want to be that big. They don't want to be like a bodybuilder or anything. But still, like, in order to build that like David Laid physique, which is what you guys probably look up to all the time, Jeff Side, all those guys, Dorian Srirachi, like, that shit's gonna take a few years, okay? I'm gonna be real. Like, it's gonna take at least 3 to 5 years to like get your dream physique. But I don't want to like discourage you guys. Like, you're still gonna build a great physique in like 1 to 2 years if you actually lock in and do all of these things I'm saying. Like, whenever you're skinny, you need to gain weight, gain muscle, and whenever you're fat, you need to lose fat. Because a lot of these guys online, like Dr. Mike Israel, they're gonna tell you like, oh, you're 20% body fat, yeah, you should bulk, you should fucking try to put on more muscle. But that is literally not true. You need to lose weight, get into aesthetic body fat, and just build from there, cunt. You do not need to bulk once you're 20% body fat. Like, you're just gonna put on more fat, you're gonna make the cut even harder, cunt. So listen to these tips, and I guarantee you're going to achieve a very aesthetic physique. And I'm not gonna say no time, because I'm not trying to bullshit you guys, but in about 2 to 3 years, you're gonna be where you wanna be. All right, now for the cunts who just wanna looks max. I will recommend also gym maxing, but if you guys just literally just wanna looks max, then this part of the video is for you. But I don't really see the point in only looks maxing and not gym maxing, because they kind of go hand in hand. Like, your fucking appearance is gonna look so much better if you have a better physique. Like, clothes are gonna fit better, just everything's gonna look better. You're gonna feel better, you'll be fucking stronger. But if you just want to looks max, I guess, or if you just want to gym max, then I guess that part of the video is for you. But if you want to looks max, this part of the video is for you. But I think they go hand in hand. That's why I do both. And yeah, enough yapping. Let's get straight into the looks maxing guide. Okay, so first of all, like I said, the biggest ascension is being a low body fat. So if you guys are a fat ass cunt, then follow my guide for the gym maxing, because you need to be a low body fat in order to looks max, because that is literally the biggest ascension that you can do. It's gonna make your face leaner. It's gonna make your physique look so much better. And if you have a fat face, it's pretty much over for you, cunt. Like, I'm not saying you have to have hollow ass cheeks, like, but that does make you look pretty good. But you just need to be in that 8, or I mean, of course, 8 or lower, but I think the golden ratio is 8 to like 16% body fat range. 16 is kind of pushing it. I would say like 8 to 14, maybe 15 at the max, in order to look your best. So that's the first thing. Get down to that body fat, and you're already gonna look so much better. Second thing, I would say, this is kind of underrated, low key, hair. I'm not gonna lie, hair is law, okay? You need to find a hair that fits your face shape. So I kind of have like a diamond, kind of like oval type of face shape. So for me, the flow works really good for me. I don't have the biggest forehead. I like how it looks. It's easy to maintain. I don't have to get too many haircuts. So for me, the flow works. But if you guys have like a different type of face shape, like more like a square buzz cut, there's like other ones like diamond, like maybe like on the forehead, side part. You can actually go on TikTok and find your face shape, and then look up hairstyles that will fit your face shape. And that is actually gonna help you ascend so much, because if I had a fucking buzz cut, I look like shit. Like, imagine me with a buzz cut, bro. I would literally descend like to LTN, like sub 5, bro. You need to find a haircut that matches your face shape and is going to make you look proportionate and just not fucking uneven, bro. Now, next up, skin. Okay, skin is literally like top 5, no, definitely like top 3 ascensions that you can do. I think skin goes hand in hand with like losing weight, because even if you lose weight and you have like fucking hella acne and shit, you're gonna literally be descended. So if you have hella acne, you might want to hop on Accutane. I've never done it, so I can't really recommend it, but I know a lot of people that have hopped on Accutane, and it has literally helped their skin so much, and it actually ascended them so hard, like from like sub 5 to at least like MTN or even HTN, bro. Low key, to you cunts with like a lot of acne, I would recommend Accutane, but I mean, obviously I can't really recommend it because I've never taken it, and I know it is kind of bad for your health, so I really wouldn't recommend it. Like in terms of health, but in terms of looks maxing, like, yes, I would recommend it. Now for skincare, so anytime I take a shower, I have a fucking moisturizer I put on my skin, and basically what I do is, right as I hop in the shower, I'll put that on, and then I'll wash the rest of my body, and then I'll have that on, and then just wash it off. So that's gonna moisturize my skin. It's gonna coat my skin in a nice layer of just good shit to keep my skin moisturized, and kind of just wash off everything that happened throughout the day, because I go to the gym a lot and I sweat, so that's gonna help a lot. And then next up, hop out the shower, you know, dry your hair, whatever the fuck. And then you are going to need a derma stamp, okay? this is going to go hand in hand with the products that I use. So I personally love the brand The Ordinary. You can buy that at Target, Sephora. It's basically mainstream now. A lot of people know about it. So The Ordinary carries this one very crucial skin product that has actually helped me ascend so much. And ever since I started using it, my skin has literally gotten 10 times better. Not even trying to promote it. I'm not sponsored or any bullshit like that. I'm just being real with you guys. It's literally helped ascend my skin. But you're going to need a derma stamp, okay? Basically how it's gonna work is you're gonna put on 0.5 millimeters to start out, okay? The one that I have, it's on like Amazon. I'll probably put it in the video right here. It's like $7, $7 or $8, good ass deal. And you're literally just gonna fucking stamp your skin, okay? Just all around, stamp it for like half a second to 2 seconds. Just hold it on there, take it off all around your skin. And basically what that's gonna do is it's gonna open up your pores. It's gonna allow the copper peptide from The Ordinary to really soak into your skin, and it's just gonna absorb it so much better. And especially like right off the bat, it is going to make the product work so much better. Like I was using the copper peptide before the derma stamp and it really wasn't working that good. I saw small differences, but once I got the derma stamp, literally ascended my skin in like 3 to 5 days. I'm not even joking, cunt. Like it's actually insane. But yes, you're going to need a derma stamp. And then after that, you're going to wait like, I would say a minute, 2 minutes, and then you're gonna put on the second moisturizer, okay? It's just gonna kind of seal the peptide, and it's gonna moisturize your skin, and it's just gonna make it look so much better. And for the last thing I use, it is called salicylic acid. This is for acne. You do not want to use this too often though. I would say 1 to 2 times per week max, because it is very strong and harsh on your skin. But anytime I'm breaking out or I have like a little bit of acne, I'll put it on and that shit's gone in like 2 to 3 days. Pretty insane. But yeah, 1 to 2 times per week max with The Ordinary salicylic acid. A lot of people think that they can take it daily, but I really wouldn't recommend it because it's kind of harsh on your skin. It might even cause you to break out more because your skin is very sensitive to salicylic acid. So I wouldn't recommend that. But in like easy dummy terms, it just fucking burns your acne pretty much. Like it is very helpful and useful. And anytime I use it, it literally helps so much. Now, you guys may be like, oh, like, where's the bone smashing? Where's the fucking chin tucking? Bro, I'm not on that side of Looksmaxxing. Like, I don't do all that shit. I think most of it is cope. I think bone smashing can work, but me personally, I do not do it. I have seen people get very good results off of it, but I do not do that. For some reason, anytime I say I Looksmax or I'm into Looksmaxxing, everyone always talks about, oh, do you bone smash? Do you chin tuck? Do you do all this shit to grow your ramus, your fucking all this shit, like your zygos? No, I do not do that. Me personally, I think appeal matters more than PSL because, I mean, girls really don't really care about PSL. They don't want like a fucking skull looking guy, bro. So I think appeal is better at the end of the day. Just focus on your skin, your hair, and I think that's enough for Looksmaxxing, bro, in my opinion. And obviously getting down to a low body fat percentage is gonna help a lot, like your jawline and having a slimmer face. But yeah, for the Looksmaxxing side of things, that's literally all I do. I just focus on my hair and my skin and tanning. Tanning literally helps you ascend so much. I forgot to mention that earlier. Tanning will literally help you ascend so much. Like I'm kind of pale right now. I mean, I have like a light on me, so I look a little bit more pale. But during the summer, I'm definitely gonna be fucking tan maxing, taking walks every single day for like at least 10 to 15 minutes just around my neighborhood so I could tan max and just look a lot better, because just having like a darker skin tone, being more tan is like a lot more appealing than being like pale as fuck like a vampire, bro. So yeah, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was actually pretty fun to film. I normally don't do stuff like this, just like talking on my desk. I normally do like vlogs and shit. I do want to thank you guys for support again. I know I always say this, but I just love you guys so much. And, you know, we're on the fucking come up, baby. So yeah, I think right now we just hit 1.2K yesterday. We're at, holy fuck, we're almost at 1.23K. I don't know if you guys could see that, but that's pretty crazy, bro. Pretty fucking nuts. So yeah, we're gonna stay consistent. I've been making sure to upload like literally almost every day the past few days. And yeah, man, I really enjoy YouTube, so I'm gonna keep fucking doing it. We're gonna come up. We're gonna fucking hopefully blow up one day, cunt. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, these are fucking macro friendly, cunt. Spam these shits. It's gonna suppress your appetite for cutting. And yeah, I don't really give a fuck about like the artificial sweeteners and shit. Like that shit tastes amazing. So, yep, let's go. Let's get jacked. Let's get handsome. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Let's get it, boys.